Mr. Speaker, last month, OPP Constable Greg Priscilla was murdered by a violent criminal out on bail. Toronto Police Chief Myron Demkew said this murder was senseless and preventable and that Canada needs bail reform. Unfortunately, access to bail for violent criminals was made easier by the Liberal government's Bill C-75. Countless Canadians have been harmed by the Liberal bail system. It must be reformed. Will the Liberal government make that commitment today?
The Honourable Minister of Justice.
Canadians deserve to be and feel safe, and we all have a role in protecting our communities. The laws on bail are clear, Mr. Speaker. Detaining an accused person is justified if it is necessary to protect the safety of the public. As my colleague knows, provinces and territories, and of course police forces, are responsible for the enforcement of bail conditions. We all have a role to play, and we at the federal level are providing resources to support them. We'll continue to do so in order to ensure that laws are applied appropriately. Mr. Speaker, we remain open to good ideas and proposals from the opposition, from provinces and territories, to reforming our criminal justice system, including the bail system.
Member for Kildonan St. Paul.
Mr. Speaker, the Liberals have had 8 years to make our streets safer, and they've only made it worse. The facts are, last year in Toronto, of the 44 homicides by shooting, 24 of the criminals responsible were out on bail when they committed the murders. All 13 premiers of Canada signed a historic letter to this Prime Minister demanding bail reform. The Toronto Police are demanding bail reform. So what's it going to take for the Liberal government to reform the broken Liberal bail system, Mr. Speaker? What's it going to take?
The Honourable Minister of Justice.
Mr. Speaker, the bail reform that we undertook in Bill C-75 in a number of important cases made it harder to get bail. Mr. Speaker, as I have said, we are open to any good proposal from the opposition, from provinces and territories. Mr. Speaker, at a federal, provincial, territorial justice ministers conference in the fall, I committed to that long before this issue became a hot issue in this House of Commons. So we are working with the provinces and territories, Mr. Speaker, to look at legitimate suggestions for bail reform.